Hey, Burt, this is Don Shea. How are you today?
Good, Don. Thank you.
Good, good. Thanks for spending some time with us. Well, of course, head football coach at North Carolina State after spending 17 years at Florida State was Chuck Amato. Do you have a chance to either talk with Chuck when NC State comes into Tallahassee, and have you maintained some kind of a relationship over the years?
Oh, I was so fond of Chesty, and I still am. I think one of the biggest losses that we've ever had at Florida State, and it's shown up, actually, since he left. He was not only so beloved by the ball players, but he was the guy that, on every team, there's somebody that the kids can go and talk to. And he was the guy, and he was a great coach. He also, every once in a while, when somebody got a little cocky, he would get down in a three-point stance and say, "Let's go," and he usually planted them pretty good.
You're one of not too many people, Bert, that can call him Chesty. Perhaps you can validate this. Happened in '57. NC State was playing Florida State in Tallahassee. Ernie Driscoll was the quarterback for NC State, and I guess in this particular play that was called, they put Dick Christy out wide as a receiver, and I guess you were playing the corner, and you guys might have been matched up. I don't know whether it was zone or man coverage. Apparently, Dick Christy made the catch and went in for the game's only score, and this was before the half. And as the story goes, and again, I ask for your validation, is that you did not come out for the second half, and essentially football came to an end for Burt Reynolds, and you drove off to Hollywood and got into the movie business. Is that story pretty much accurate?
Well, I'd like to say it's accurate only because of my admiration for Mr. Christie, but first of all, he ran out of bounds. In fact, I think he went behind the bench and then came back on the field because he disappeared out of my eye line, and then he was behind me, which is my side of the story. I did come back for the second half, and I did go in. I played a little bit, but at halftime, some of the things that were said to me, I didn't like a lot. I was playing with one leg. I had a tremendous freshman year. Then I had gotten hurt at the beginning of my sophomore year and had my knee operated on. Then I had a terrible automobile accident, lost my spleen, and had the other knee operated on. So I came back. The ball player that was playing against Dick Christy was not the ball player that I was when I was a freshman, which doesn't mean that he wouldn't have gotten behind me because he was an All-American. He was a great ball player. They had two ball players. I can't remember the other back's name that were both great backs. But I did, after that game, my roommate, who was Vic Frenzy and Corso, and I had a meeting, and I said, I think I'm leaving because I'm not the ball player I was, and I hate to see the hole open, and I'm a step slower. And I said to them, I'm going to go off to Hollywood and become a movie star. And instead of them laughing hysterically, which they should have done, and said, get a job, they both said, well, call us when you do.
Can we have you talk for a moment about one of the best, if not the best, football movie ever produced? And, of course, I'm talking about The Longest Yard and the Mean Machine Prison football team. Now, my recollection is that you were the quarterback. What an ensemble of actors and former players. That had to be a lot of fun to put that movie together.
Well, it was the most fun I had doing films because I was playing football and getting paid for it, and it was what I always had dreamed of. Ray Nitschke did not know we were making a movie, and he used to hit me so hard it was frightening, and I used to say to him, Ray, this is just a movie, and he'd say, not to me. He hit me almost every other play, and then one time I kind of broke loose, and my little legs got going, and I ran about 50 yards, and we had some semi-pros in there that hit me and knocked me out of bounds and through the bench, and it's in the movie, actually. And as I was getting up, I heard Nitschke say, don't hurt Burt. And I went, oh, that's nice. And as I went by, he says, that's my job.
Burt, thank you so much for your time. I'll mention the fact that you and I had a conversation. I know Chuck will be happy to hear that you still call him Chesty.
Well, I don't know if he'll be happy about that, but tell him that I miss him tremendously. More than that, Florida State misses him even more. He's a very, very special man. I wouldn't wrestle him if I was a bear.
Burt, thank you so much, and you have a great day, and hopefully we'll get a chance maybe to chat down the road again.
Yes, thank you for your kindness, and I love NC State. I love that school, and I'll always remember it was the coldest night of my life when I played up there, and I wasn't at my best when we played them in Florida State, but I'll forever thank Dick Christy for making me an actor.